Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RDA. This is a very, very, very early Manchester United vs AC Milan match preview, and I mean not early in the sense of when we're recording. It was literally recording the day after City. It is early in the morning for us too, especially Clayton and I. It is early in the morning, but anyways, don't mind me just waking up a little bit. I had a good sleep. I can't lie. I still did have a good sleep, the little that I had, because United won against our rivals Manchester City yesterday. So boys, I'm obviously gonna ask you boys about how you feeling about yesterday. What you guys said about yesterday. Did you have time to reflect now that we could sleep on it? And we'll also get down into the big Europa League game because I think this competition is very important to me still. I stand by what I say always. If Oli doesn't win a trophy, it doesn't have to be this one. I would like it to be Europa League, but if he doesn't win a trophy, sack him off. But before we get into that, do subscribe, do smash a like, do comment down below. But yeah, boys. Firstly, how are you guys feeling after the City game?
I'm feeling good. Feeling really, really good. We humble them. Best team in the world. Best team in history. Get out of here. Best team in history when it lose to Manchester United. This Manchester United. And I'm really happy that we brought them back down to earth. And it's a big win for us, top four wise as well. So I can't complain. Yes, obviously there was problems in the game that we always notice, that we always talk about. But at the moment, just enjoying the result.
Clear.
This fixture was very much just the result matters more than anything else right now, and we said this before. So yeah, I'm happy that we managed to do it, especially in a 2-0 fashion. Pretty good.
I think so as well. I didn't. The birds are. That's how early we recording, because the birds are going mad even. But anyways, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good as well. It's never a bad thing to beat City, even though I feel like Pep does this on purpose. I don't know why he doesn't learn. I always said I don't rate it. I don't rate Pep even that highly. So if you lose to Oli, I don't really hold you in that high esteem anyways. So let's talk about this AC Milan game though, boys, because it is very interesting. I think this game would be a lot better if Zlatan could play. I think now that Zlatan can't play, I'm a bit less concerned. I am still concerned, but I would be a lot more worried if Zlatan was fit and ready to play. So I don't think he should be fit to play this game on Thursday. He might be back for the second leg, and the first leg that we're playing is we are at home. So our home record this season has been kind of hit and miss. The irony is that usually Old Trafford is a big West fortress that no one can come down to, but now recently people come there and they get results. They do that. So what I think we need from this game is a solid defense. I can't lie to you, and that's a lot to ask from Manchester United. Yes, I know, but in a weird way, I kind of back it because I think about AC Milan. Obviously, they sit second in Serie A this season. They're just behind Inter Milan. Inter Milan has got a game in hand on them as well, so it's quite tight. But they were top of the league for quite a while, AC Milan. A lot has that to do with Zlatan. I do feel that a lot has got to do with Zlatan. But Zlatan's not there, so big bonus for us. The recent form, boys, and I'm looking at the league table, and they're looking at the last 5 games. They've only won 2 out of the last 5. They've drawn 1 and they lost 2. So some could say similar form to Manchester United lately. But obviously, United is just coming off a big win and confidence boost that we get over City, which is something we expected. When the pressure's on, when job's on the line, this team gets a result. The question is that result going to start off another run, or are AC Milan going to bring us back down to earth? What do you guys think?
Like a Champions League tie, everybody keeps saying. I don't know. I think AC Milan have been dead for some time, but I guess maybe it's because of their form. And I won't lie. I don't watch much Serie A. I actually watch more La Liga. Don't know why, but I do know that Zlatan is that talisman. But I can also
Universe isn't enjoying the bullshit you're saying about Zlatan.
defense. They're very good.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, basically what we heard was AC Milan, talisman, Zlatan, defensively very good. That's basically what we heard.
You can hear me now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was saying I know that Zlatan's a talisman, and I can also imagine they're good defensively because the Italian team. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong there. And that can be a problem for us because they won't really give us a sniff if they play like what I expect from the Italian team. They won't do what Man City did. No one does what Man City did against us. And we won't get those spaces. So the onus will be on that midfield to break them down, which, we're going back to our problems now. And I just think, first leg, one, we can't be conceding away goals. But two, I don't want us going in the game being very defensive, saying we don't want to concede an away goal. Then we go back to their stadium and Zlatan smacks us. I don't want that. I want us to finish this game in the first leg if we can. We need to be dominant. We need to score as many goals as we can. We need to keep a clean sheet. And we need to take advantage of the fact that Zlatan isn't in the first leg. So, yeah.
Because I'm checking there, in the league, they've played 26 games and they've only conceded 30.
Yeah.
30 goals. So that seems hella solid. Considering Inter Milan ahead of them, they've only conceded 25. Actually, Juve is only... Yeah. Serie A is weird.
It's okay, I guess.
Yeah, for Serie A level, evidently it's okay. But 30 goals conceded in 26 games, almost on average, is like that max you'll concede a game is 1. Which some would say, is it really a good thing? Because that means you'll never keep a clean sheet. I don't know, but like, obviously not every game. I'm not just saying every game is going to be like 1 goal conceded every single game. Obviously, they might keep a clean sheet here, get 3 put past them the next game. Obviously, it's weird like that. But defensively, you would expect them to be solid. I agree with that. Italian teams are quite solid. They are quite tactically inept. So I am expecting a very different game. I'm expecting a very different game to the Real Sociedad game and to the Man City game, because I don't think AC Milan will be like Real Sociedad in the fact that they'll be like, let's try to play our football. AC Milan will play their football, but I'm just trying to say that Italian football and Spanish football is different. Italian football I always think is more technical. It's more technical. La Liga I think is more tactical. But so I'm expecting a solid defensive performance from AC Milan, which concerns me for obvious reasons. To my left, heavily concerns me. And I will say this now, the biggest blessing is Zlatan not being available. If Zlatan was available for this game, I was predicting a nightmare of a fixture, because Zlatan against maybe not Bailly, we're hoping Bailly will play, but Maguire and Lindelof against Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I don't want to know what happens. I do not. Even Zlatan could be exactly. Zlatan could be 40 years old, and I still wouldn't back Maguire and Lindelof against Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is one of my favorite strikers to ever come to United. I have got the Zlatan Ibrahimovic shirt, a United shirt, in my cupboard. I wore it yesterday, actually, on yesterday's show. But so big let off that Zlatan isn't available. Other than that, to be honest, Delo is there. But I don't know if Delo can play against us as well either. I don't know if any of you guys can fact check that. But I don't know if it works there. So no Zlatan. They got Mandzukic there. They've obviously got Kalilonglu, however you say it. We've been linked with him before. They got Tamori. They got Donnarumma. To be fair, Donnarumma's, he's a quality goalkeeper. Looking else at this, who else is in this team? They got a Diaz from Madrid.
I think bottom line,
Sandro
Tonali. Do we though? That's because I'm looking at this now. Do we really have a much better team than them though? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe not much. Okay, maybe not much. Maybe they're improving in recent years. I don't know. Once again, I don't watch them enough. But I don't know. I just feel like the quality players. These players turn up.
We have to look at this game as the derby of the UCL finals of old. AC Milan versus United, both have fallen from grace, and now they're trying to regain that right now, because that's what both these seasons are for both these teams. So I don't think we can disrespect them and say, yeah, they've just been shit in the past. So have United. I don't think that's an argument that we can make at this point.
True, but
right
I feel like
now,
player-wise,
they're second in Serie A right now. There's no excuses. They're doing fantastic. They're having a breakout season again, and they're starting to look like a really competent team again. So I don't think we can just go, yeah, we should have a better squad. We should be better.
I also think so, because
I just feel like
finish.
I feel like player-wise, we're still up there. At least we're lacking in some parts, but I think we can still compete with a couple of Champions League teams, and
Yeah.
with that in mind, that always makes me feel like in the Europa League, and I guess maybe I'm disrespecting some of the teams in the Europa League. If we just play to our strengths, if we just play to the right intensity, we should be winning all these games, really.
Yeah.
So that gives me comfort to a certain extent.
Definitely. I think on paper, not a single team in the Europa League stands up to our squad. Not a single team.
Quality
And,
wise.
yeah, quality wise.
Isn't Spurs in the Europa League?
Quality wise, I still think we outdone them in.
Think Spurs are
almost
better
every-
players than us.
Yeah,
Only
They're
definitely.
better front three.
Only arguments front three.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the team's weaker. All wrong.
I don't rate Spurs in midfield. I think a lot of the problems are there actually.
I'll take
We should
Bruno.
have debated Saki
And then the
level
rest
best.
of the Spurs midfielders personally. And then defense, I'm taking both their centre backs. Goalkeeper, no, I'm taking Tino, so you know.
Which one of their centre backs? Because Mourinho doesn't even like his centre back.
Yeah, that's because Mourinho is an idiot, just like Oli, so you know.
Well,
Exactly. Mourinho hasn't played that front three for the whole season. Who knows why? God, who knows why? And now, you know, he's in the light, you know. So, but anyway, I'm not going to talk about Mourinho and Spurs because AC Milan boys. The reason why I say I don't really think it's that far because there are quite a lot. For me, does Zlatan walk into this team? I know Zlatan can't play, but Zlatan would walk into this team. Some would say our own fans. Some would say Delo walks into our
At his
team.
age.
Yeah.
Belo's playing left back, so now.
Well, you know, still, my point still stands. Still take him over Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Definitely. People in our fan base will 100% take Delo over Aaron
We gotta
Wan-Bissaka.
say this. Salah is that fancy technical going forward player. He's
Mhm.
not good defensively.
Yeah, he's nowhere near. I wouldn't take Delo over Aaron. There's no
I mean, a
bad
lot of us
chance.
wanted to ship him out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sandro
maybe
Tonali.
doing that.
I mean, who's not going to take Sandro Tonali at United?
Yes, please.
Exactly. He's literally what we need. He is literally what we need. And then, it's not very often a goalkeeper gets in ahead of our goalkeepers. But lots of people will also take Donnarumma. You know? So,
Like in F4. F4.
you say that. If you offered me
Make it
Donnarumma
happen.
for De Gea, bye-bye De Gea, goodbye. But anyways, so for me, it's not that and then our centre backs, you know, I take anyone else's centre backs over our centre backs. So you know, that's what I'm saying. It's not that close. Then I look at our pivot, because I'm talking about this team specifically. Then I look at our pivot. We are dead. We are
I'm
awful.
taking Milan of it.
Exactly. We are taking Milan's pivot. Then I'm looking at our wingers. No Rashford for now. We don't know what the situation is. Oli came out. He said that it looked like an ankle problem, but Ollie's no doctor. That's exactly what Ollie said. I'm no doctor, and he'll have to have a scan and see how bad it is. But he's hoping that it really isn't that bad. Touchwood, he'll be okay. But in Touchwood also, irrespective of what it is, I would not play Rashford in this game because I think Rashford needs a break. Please, it's a break. He needs a break. So I don't think Rashford will play. I think James can play a lot of games. You know, he's young, he's fit, he's fast. You know, he hasn't really been playing the whole season, so he's fine. Mason, same with Mason. He's still young, he's fit, he can do it. And Martial, oh boys, Martial. I don't care if Cavani's back. I don't care for anyone. We can sign any other striker back. You are playing Ollie. Listen, this is not a suggestion. This is not what I think you're gonna do. This is a claim that you have to start Anthony Martial against AC Milan. If there's any hope of us going down forward and getting something, it's gonna be Martial. Because Martial against a Milan defense, it sounds like a beautiful nightmare for us. A very beautiful nightmare. Because I could picture Martial spinning AC Milan in circles. Especially after what he did to City. Oh no, you're having a laugh. If he can do that against City, he can do it against AC Milan. Back Martial. Please. Please, Ollie. I don't ask for much in life. I have very low standards for you. But please pick Martial. So that's my only claim. So I'm hoping we can get something. But boys, let's talk about our own team. You know, we've been talking a lot about AC Milan. You know, tactically, I don't think there really is much to say. I think AC Milan are going to play their game. They're not going to really attack us. They're not really going to sit back. They're going to play Italian football. It's kind of dull, to be honest with you. Try control the midfield.
Probably on a bit of counter play, if I'm being honest.
They'll be a bit. They'll counter. They'll try counter us as well.
Counter to counter.
But you know, because it's Italy and you know the pace in this Milan team. Yeah, you know, if you let them counter, you deserve to get beat. You deserve.
I mean, they actually do have some pace in their squad. Like Rebic is pretty fast. Theo Hernandez is pretty fast. Dallo's not slow, that's for sure. Calabria is pretty fast too. We've got Rafael Leao, who's pretty fast. I would rate them on the counter if they had to. I would say
They
could
got
go.
Calhanoglu as well. So
No, he's not here anymore.
is that,
He's playing on loan in Germany.
Never
Or
mind.
Luke Fabric.
Never mind then. You know what? Then guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to disrespect Milan now. If they
Yeah,
don't
the
have
wingers-
him and they don't have
the wingers are
Zlatan,
The wingers are very sus. They got Brahim Diaz from City, if you remember him.
no, I don't even remember him.
They've
so-
got Sammy
They
Castillo,
do.
who's like a 34-year-old
boy.
Spanish winger,
Yeah,
and then
boy.
Rebic, who came from Eintracht.
Boys,
Rebic
if,
is only
if,
good
if
on
we, if
strength.
we lose this game, boys, actually, I'm gonna be hella disappointed now.
Yeah, the wingers are the disappointing part of their team right now. So
Because, like, I'm listening to that and I'm like, I know disrespect to Milan and they can beat us. Trust me, Fairfield can beat us, AC Milan could smack us. But no disrespect. But I'm looking at my own club, innit? And you just beat City. You might have beat them in a very shite way, and we didn't play the best by far. But come on, dudes. Come on.
Rebic is out. Yep, they're gonna have a very, very shit wing side.
Guys.
With all these injuries and stuff, I think we need to take advantage. We need to
Hmm.
put them under an insane amount. And that three in Bruno Mason and Martial, we need to get the ball on them as much as we can. We need to
Yeah.
get Shaw on the ball as much as we can because it seems like he's one of our best attackers nowadays. And if those players can have a good game, I'm confident we can win this game comfortably and not concede a goal. Okay, no, let me not say
Hey,
it.
yeah, I also don't know about that last part.
Only issue is their strength is
The
in
buy
their
plays.
defense and their midfield. That their defensive pivot is fantastic.
No,
and
yeah,
they have
yeah.
very strong wing.
Their pivot is good. I'll take their pivot. Like I said,
Yeah.
over this pivot, I'm taking their pivot. You know,
100%.
Tonali is one of the most highly rated young CDMs in the world. He is. So,
And Frank Kessie's just a beast of a DM.
exactly.
So-
And you know one thing I can guarantee you about AC Milan though? They're going to be aggressive on us defensively. They will be aggressive on us. And you know, our players don't really like that. You know, if you... So, when I'm basically what I'm saying, Dan James, as much as you can be an asset in this game, because Milan could be very slow. And I do back roll James, who isn't slow compared to Daniel James. So, you know, they can still bully him.
Look at Theo Hernandez here, boys. That's the issue here. Look at one of the
Well-
fastest people in Syria.
It's true,
Yeah.
but I'm looking at one of the fastest players in the world, so... Like I said,
I think-
you can be fast, but when you're up against Daniel James, it's another level. But I'm not one to always big up Daniel James. I still back him to get bullied. Somehow, he doesn't have the brain still to use his pace, so I don't really expect much from him. Tony is literally my only faith, boys, because Mason Greenwood, I don't know why I don't feel like this is the game for Mason. I don't know why.
100% agree.
I don't feel like this is the game for Mason. So, I don't trust our wingers, funny enough. As much as they might have shite
I don't know. I
wingers,
feel like
I don't trust our wingers as well. Yeah, you're saying, Malota?
I don't know. I feel like a goal is overdue for Mason, and I think
Goals
I feel like a
overdue
goal is
for,
overdue for Mason.
for
and I
Martial
think-
as well.
in the Europa League, it's probably the best place for him to get it, and this network is annoying me. But yeah, and I think it's pretty obvious that these guys are gonna have to play on the counter. Like I don't see much options for them really. But speaking of arrogance again, I don't know if they'll play Route 1, which I would advise against this team because United struggles against direct counter. I think they'll sit back, but they'll still try to be very intelligent and cute about it, and that could work, but I would advise against it.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about our own team, boys. Let's talk about our own team. Because tactically, I think it'll be a very interesting game. I haven't watched AC
think-
Milan really a lot this season, so...
We're talking about AC Milan so much because, from United we know like it's
Yeah,
gonna
we know
be
it's gonna-
pretty
yeah.
straightforward.
Yeah, United, we know what to do. If they attack us, good night AC Milan. If they don't attack us, good night United. So, yeah, that's why I want to talk about this team because a lot of our stuff always comes down to the team we pick. Because that's what I say. I mean, I'm quite consistent with when I say when we lose a game. I'm not just saying it was the tactics. I do think some of the players. If we lose a game, it has to be because our players also wasn't on it. Because I believe that we win a lot of our games because of the players we have. And if our players don't do what they do, I don't think our team have the tactics in order to get out of when our players aren't doing the best, So our players need to be honest. And now the people we pick have to be very important. Obviously, in goal, Dean Henderson has to play. I'm not going to give the conversation about whether Dean Henderson should play after this month because he will be playing for the whole month. But whether or not he should play after the month, that is up for Ollie's. That's up to Ollie, and we all have our own opinions. But Dino will definitely play this game. Even if the hair was here, Dino would play this game. So big game for Dino. Yeah, what can you say? Dino is Dino. He's going to be solid.
What's Romero, by the way? Do you guys know?
Well, he's at the club, but we're
There's
disrespecting
been
him.
drama. Yeah, there's been drama the whole season.
He
I don't
wanted
know
to
what's
go.
going on.
You don't remember the whole scandal about his wife for saying, "Please
I
let my
remember,
husband
but
leave." Yeah.
I've seen that, what under the bridge by now. It's still going on.
I did.
The
Jeez,
club is not.
Very
The club's
badly.
violating him.
it's proper violating.
But I wouldn't play Remember anyway. I'm not gonna lie.
I also wouldn't play Romero anyways.
Dino's
So.
not a good
And I
player.
also wouldn't. I was just on.
I like to have him on the bench.
league grounds on the bench.
Yeah, no, that's exactly
Yeah, I like
the
the
reason.
bench cover.
So
Could have done.
Yeah. Dino will be there, so that's okay. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, no one else is gonna play, so it has to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bailly, we pray to God that Bailly starts. Harry Maguire never not play, so it's gonna be Harry Maguire. Luke Shaw, Bailly Lindelof, I don't mind as well, and now this is where it gets a bit 50-50 for me because I love Luke Shaw. I definitely won the Europa League. I would play a very strong side in the Europa League, but that's because I want to win a trophy. The problem is, Ollie doesn't use his squad. And what did we say on? I can't remember how long ago, but we said it a few weeks ago that for Ollie to succeed this season in terms of our goals of winning a trophy and getting top 4 easily, he needs to start using his squad. And now this is very worrying because I'm worried he might pick Telles, but I would never pick Telles in this game. Never pick Telles. Going forward, yes, he can be an asset, but defensively, we're at home the first leg, so we need to try and keep a clean sheet. And
But
this
again,
year,
right
on
now-
paper, is our best defense to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, it is our best defense, but right now I think with Milan not having that attack, that's actually going to make us go, oh shit, we need Luke Shaw here to actually pocket one of their wingers. I think we could actually take the risk on Tellers and let Shaw have a bit of a breather. And if shit goes sideways, we bring on our best attacking fullback nonetheless and try and score
You have a
them.
lot of hope of Ollie bringing on Luke Shaw.
I know. I'm just saying, it's just cut and dry. If you mess up, you have the first half to just change. That's all I have to say. If Ollie doesn't want to take that, that's on him. But I would start Tellers in this game. Personally.
See, I wouldn't
Yeah.
because I want to win
I
every
just
single
mind
game
to.
in Europa.
I just might. And I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because I've said the exact opposite in the league in the past. But I feel like we mustn't run our players into the ground. And clearly, I rate the league more than the Europa League. But I think he needs to trust the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Even
Yes, I know our second team is league-wise. We probably have...
You're alive again.
Premier League-wise, I think we have one of the best second teams in the league. So he should take advantage of that more, honestly, and give them more confidence. I see Chinny shaking his head. I really do think so. I just think we don't give them enough confidence. We don't back them enough. And they won't show results if we don't back them enough. And I think this is the game to play tennis.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is Ollie's fault now. This is Ollie's fault. Because this should have been happening long before this game.
Yeah.
You know, you bring in Tellez now. I'm telling you this will happen, right? I'm not saying it will happen. I'm telling you this now, though. If he plays Alex Tellez and Alex Tellez has a mare of a game, don't blame Tellez. Blame Ollie. I would have never, ever started Tellez in this
Tellez
game.
should,
That's okay.
Taylor should have been playing every Europa League game from the start.
Yeah.
As soon as he got you.
Yeah. So Tellez, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but if he plays like a bad player, that's because he hasn't been playing enough throughout the whole season. So, and now that's the problem. That's why I fucking hate Ollie, because it's crunch time. I want to win this fucking trophy. I want to win the other trophies as well. You know, so, and we can't just do that with one squad. So the Tellez thing, if he plays him, yeah, okay, but I'm just saying, if we get smacked, and it's because we played a blended team, I am not gonna be happy. I am
Correct.
not gonna be
I just
happy.
wonder-
Played was before Feb. He played in the Sheffield game. That was the last time he played.
It wasn't so.
He has
ish.
graced the pitch
And
since
shocked.
That-
He's
Wait,
shocked
that-
in the game.
then. Imagine. He shot
Dude,
the-
I remember him shocking defensively. I won't lie. I remember him being pretty average defensively, and I complained afterwards.
You know, he's very average defensively. Alex
Yeah,
Tellez
yeah.
is very. Average defender. He's no Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's the best left back in the league, so.
Yeah, you've been treated too well with Luke.
Exactly, that's the thing. But anyways, we move on because it's not
This is
only.
modern day fullbacks. I just find it really weird. Like you defend at first most, but then it seems like they're pretty average when it comes to defending, and they have to rely on people like Van Dijk. When I speak of Trent, bailing them out in their partners, which I just find strange.
Yep.
I feel like as a fullback should be the first, you know.
We all have.
Bring back the Neville.
Bring back the Nevils. But anyways, we're moving forward into our shite pivot, boys. This is where it's late for us. This is where it's late for us. Now you're stuck in between two minds, Chris. Do you play this and hopefully keep a clean sheet and take it away, take that advantage that we have that we didn't let in an away goal? Or do you somewhat go for it and get some goals and try to get the win? Because I look at this pivot does not help us in any way in terms of getting us the win going forward. To win a game, you need to score a goal. Does this pivot help us score goals? No, they don't. Unless McTominay is given the license to go forward, which is never going to happen. So I don't back Ollie to do that as well.
It might, to be honest.
Yeah, you have a lot of faith in our manager. So, which is fair. I'm not criticizing you because you do. I'm being serious that time. You do have a lot of faith in our manager. So that's fine. I don't. I'd be very surprised if Clay had that faith as well. No, Ollie will let him go forward. No. I doubt. Press F to doubt. Press F to doubt. Because I doubt.
It should be on the level of City, in my opinion. Ollie should be prepping this game like we're playing Man City.
It's a big game. Don't get me wrong. It's a freaking big game. It's a massive game. This is a hard game. This is a very hard game. So you need somewhat to your closest team, and that's why I think he will pick this team. I think he will.
I just wonder what Ole's mindset is. How much is he going to win this trophy? Because I feel like we're in a really good place top four now. And it is possible that he might say, let me just invest in the top four and play not a weak team in the Europa League, but a more blended team. And I would respect that. I don't know if I completely agree with it. I would respect that because I feel like he'll get more out of his players.
I'll be very disgusted if he did that. Thanks, Ollie. Thanks for the trophy at the season. I'll take 4th place. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
won't lie. The main reason I want a trophy, and I think I've said this before, is for that Cedar Bowl next season in the Champions League. Because it killed us this year. We were in the group of death. And if we win a trophy, even if it's the FA Cup, we can have a group like Man City and, have an easy path to around the 16.
Death admittedly. We were top of it. We completely choked. Fair,
but they look at Man City, the groups they get every season. It's because they
That's
win a
because
trophy
they bribe the FA and UEFA, boy. They bribe everything in life.
It's clearly
corruption. The fixtures they get is ridiculous. It's set up for
They do get very lucky. They get very lucky.
Dude.
No, they don't get lucky.
I'm with you as well.
They get very lucky because you get a Senior Bowl and get a horrible group. Look at PSG. But I think it does help to a certain extent to be a Senior Bowl. Yeah, it's because they win trophies. Okay, last year I don't think they did. Did they win something last year? They won the Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup, yeah.
And one of the English trophies.
Yeah.
They won one English trophy.
Yeah, one of them. Nothing serious.
Yeah, but anyways, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about this shite pivot. Because if there's any chance that Donny is fit, I swear, we won't find this out now because we're doing the preview so early, but I will update it in the comments when we have the information at the time because we will release this video a bit later. But if there's any hint that Donny is fit, you play him. You play him.
Yeah.
You play him. And if you don't play him...
I think he might.
If you don't play him, and I see Donny on the bench, 0 out of 10. Telling you now, we can win that game 10-0. 0 out of 10.
It'll depend, because how ready is Donny, But I think if he's fit enough to go, he should play. Because we don't have to face West Ham with the same players. I don't see that as a good thing. I think they'll beat us if these guys are playing Thursday and Sunday. And that win against Man City for nothing now because we'll crash and burn again.
Yeah. And this is the problem, boys, because now, who else who's going to play this game? His name is Bruno Fernandes. He doesn't stop playing games as well. And as much as we definitely need him, and as much as I would play Bruno in this game, we shouldn't be in the situation where it's like, oh my god, now there's no chance for Bruno to get a break. Now it's crunch time.
Let's go. Park
it.
it, Matic, Fred, and Scott. Let's go.
Matic,
Proper
Fred,
Scott.
Scott. Park it. 0-0. Give them the rest and let's hope we win the second leg in Milan.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do you guys? What do you guys think Ole should do in this situation? Because oh my gosh.
There's options. It's options.
For me-
okay.
He
for
can do
me,
anything.
it wouldn't have changed because it would have changed because I'd have done a lot more things differently throughout the season to get to this point.
Yeah.
And I would have played a strong team in this game. I would play
Well,
my strongest
fair.
team in this game because
a
I
strong
want
team
to
would
win
have an
Europa
informed
League.
Tellers, an informed Dani, an informed Ahmad, an informed Shortire.
Yeah,
all of them
that's
fully
true.
matched
That's very
fit,
true. That's
and
very
that
true.
immediately makes everything so much stronger, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a fair point. That's
Maybe
a fair
not
point.
Tellers, but yeah.
But
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
being in the situation that we are, what do you guys think you should do? Do you guys think you should take the piss in the league and play strongest team here?
Yes.
I mean, it's West Ham. We should be able to grind out a result with them with a somewhat.
Mm.
West Ham versus AC Milan, I'm more scared of AC Milan.
I also was
Just
scared
a
of
little.
AC Milan.
I don't know about that.
I would
Okay.
definitely be more scared if they had everyone
I-
fit. But now that they don't have fit, it's like
Yeah.
it's a 50-50. But then again, it's like
That's close.
I want to win. I don't think you guys understand how desperate I am for a trophy. You sack this guy if he doesn't win a trophy. So you play a strong team. And the problem with playing a strong team now is because Ollie's an idiot the whole season and he hasn't rested and rotated the squad. So even if he has to bring in Tellers, you can't expect Tellers to perform well. If you bring in Donny, you can't expect Donny to play amazingly well. You can't expect Diallo to play amazingly well. You can't expect all these players to sit on our bench collecting weeks' wages, doing nothing to be well. And that's the problem.
You know, there's a part of me that feels like maybe we should just gun for the FA Cup. I won't lie to you guys. Because
no.
because I feel like the league is a safe route to top four, one. And then two, the FA Cup is a trophy. It's a decent trophy, you know? It gets you the praise, it gets me to see the then on top of that, if we want to balance the Europa League as well, I think that's just so you're asking so much from these players.
That's
To
fair. No,
play
that's fair.
all these games.
That's fair. But then again, you have a
So-
lot of faith in your manager.
Yeah, you also have the depth to do that, though. That's the issue, and not using the depth, and that's why it's unfair on the players suddenly.
Yeah, nah. I just think it might be harsh, but maybe we should just throw them in these second team players, if you like, or these bench players, and just see how they fare.
But it should go both ways. It should be able to be. We can throw some second team players in the league as well as we can do it in the Europa League. It can't just be one or the other. That's also something.
I
That
think we might have to choose to a certain extent what we're deciding, what we're going with
have
here.
to pick and choose, because like, say we rest Dan James, for example, and we play Ahmad. So, obviously, a massive hypothetical. It's probably not going to happen. We rest Dan James, play Ahmad.
Well, I'd
Then we bring Dan James
approve
back.
Ollie.
Then Mason hasn't had a rest at all. So what's going to happen now? Are we going to have to use our squad depth, or are we going to run Mason into the ground? Because I would say, let's try to use our squad depth a bit more. Maybe give Ahmad another game if he had a good game. Maybe look at bringing Mata in, potentially.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm just saying, we have the depth to actually facilitate resting everyone. We don't need to just
Yeah,
do
no.
a one-fits-all and just
Well,
go, yeah,
I'll tell you what.
right.
First. Let's just look at this team, right? Because I think I only put this team because this was the team I think Ollie would pick.
Yeah.
Dino is fine because the goalkeepers never need a rest. You bring in
Yeah.
Tellers, okay, on paper it's fine. Then you have Bai and Twanzebe. My God, that is my centre back partnership, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Then you have Aaron Bissaka. You're gonna bring in Brandon Williams? Probably not. So he
Not
has
good.
to play. Yeah, he has to
Aaron.
play. So Aaron, without a doubt, he has to play. Then you look at our midfield. Okay, let's just assume Donny is fine. Donny is fit, so you play Donny. You play
To be
Matic.
honest, I might play Williams. I don't lie to you guys.
You
I might throw in
want to
Williams.
get smacked by Milan. That's what happens. You want to get smacked by Milan. If you try to take the piss with this team, they're gonna punish us. They will punish us. Like I said, I don't think people have realized, guys. We need to wake up. We get smacked by Sheffield United when we play our strongest team. We are more than capable of getting smacked by Milan. So you know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we have to pick. Personally, I feel like we have to pick the league and then take some rest in the squad.
What's
We
in
have
the
to pick league in
league?
the FA Cup.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to.
I say the league because I feel like we're in a secure position. That's the only reason I say that. And that, two, we're in a position where these players play a lot of games. and you're asking a lot. They're gonna burn out. They're starting to burn out. So I feel like we need to try fix that. And I would take the piss. I don't want to say it.
Okay, let me
because
say
I
this
know
now.
how much
Let me
the
say
fan
this
base
now.
wants to win the Europa League.
At the moment, where do we have the most margin of error to do? It's in the league. We have the most margin of error to do in the league.
Yes.
If you try to do margin for error in this game and you lose this game, you are fucked. You are knocked out. Kiss it goodbye. You try to lose one game in the FA Cup,
get you,
you
yeah,
are out. You lose. Well, we're already out of Carabao Cup, so it's late for that, anyways. That's what. The
I get
trophy is
you.
about.
And you're saying we balance and try to win all. I'm saying priorities league, and we hope we have a good enough squad to
Well,
get
what
it.
is-
the priority
League
isn't the
FA Cup.
league. The priority is top 4. That's the priority.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Top
mean when I said
four, we
league.
have a 7-point gap. We can afford to lose. We literally can afford to lose. We can afford to lose.
That's one way
We
to look at
100%
it.
afford to lose.
That's one way to look at it. I say let's do everything in our power to secure that 7-point gap and conclude this top 4 race before we get hurt, because we can get hurt.
Issue
And that's
is
just
we're
where
going to
I'm
get
at.
hurt regardless because we're going to fall off. We're going to draw games. We're going to have games where we don't score goals again. We're going to have more 0-0s. We're going to have to suffer through those 1-0 losses of
I feel like if-
housing results. It's still going to happen.
You
throughout the
you
league.
go ask Ollie if playing his strongest teams against when he played West Brom, Sheffield. Go ask him if he was worth it. Go ask him. Go ask him now. Go ask him if losing Rashford.
That's
Who knows
it.
how
That's
long
a
was
high
worth
point.
it.
But I just think having our strongest team will make even the slightest of differences. And I personally don't judge you guys for wanting to prioritize the Europa League. I personally think it's the safer route to go.
I'm just saying that we can afford to play the players here rather than West Ham. I'd rather see the stronger players here. I'd rather see Bruno play tonight,
Well, Thursday night.
Thursday night instead of Sunday. I would much rather see that right now. We've got a bit of a points gap right now, and the Europa League should be something we're prioritized. We should be going for the most coveted trophy.
There is
we
only
can.
one problem
That
though.
is
There is only one problem. Well, I'll give you the problem and I'll give you the what I feel like it's nice. Because I'll start off with the positive. The positive is that even if we slip up, right? I know we can bottle top. I understand where Malof is coming from, but the league is so shite at the moment, and I stand by it. If you're below us in the table, you must be freaking shite. So
The issue is look at Everton, look at West
that's what
Ham,
I'm doing. That's what I'm
look
saying.
at
So West Ham is currently 7th. I thought they were a lot closer
Yeah.
to the top 4. But they currently,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? If they were close, if they were away to the top 4, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe you have some water.
9 points off of us, Shoni. That's pretty
That's a
damn
lot.
close. Considering it's 7th
It is pretty close, but
at 3 wins.
you know what?
Three-
You know what? You know what?
And
You,
that's
you,
my
you
worry.
prioritize your league, boy. You prioritize
Oh,
that
they have
because
2 games
God
in
help
hand.
this manager if he doesn't win a trophy this
West
season.
Ham
God
2
help
games in
him.
hand on us, guys.
Like I said,
That's very true.
we prioritize the league and the FA Cup. Then we take the piss in the Europa League, which is also a lot of games. That's how I would balance it out.
But that's the thing. Do you think
How
Oli is
bad
going to
is
do that?
No.
I don't know. I'm just saying what I think should happen and my perspective of it. Maybe
Yeah,
we probably
we all
won't
have
do it.
different-
Ollie's gonna try.
Because in my
Oli's
head,
gonna try-
Oli's going to try get the best possible he can in the league, and he's going to try
Everything.
win the Europa League. He
gonna
wants
try
the
win-
Europa League.
Thing, you know, we're gonna end up with only a top 4 place, or maybe, God
Yeah.
forbid, outside top 4 and
I fully agree.
lose our semi-finals.
Oh.
I don't think
Yeah,
Adi has a
then
single.
the fan
That's
base goes
that's
mad.
100% a sacking, by the way. That's 100%. What you just said was 100%
And
sacking.
it is.
No top 4 and no trophy. He's sacked. 100% sacked.
I think he's gonna
Even
overcommit.
with lazy
He's gonna
stuff.
face massive injuries.
That's my
Because of
problem. This is my
And then we
problem.
got-
Though. This is my problem. As much as I would love to play a strong team in this game,
Yeah.
he's lost Rashford for who knows how long. We don't know yet. You almost lost Luke Shaw yesterday. Imagine you lose Luke Shaw and Rashford on this left wing. What are we doing going forward? What, Lexi? What are we going to do going forward?
Sanchez just tell us we move.
That is awful. That is god awful. God forbid something happens to Bruno Fernandes. Because if something happens to Bruno Fernandes, kiss your whole season goodbye. Kiss it all
Somebody's
goodbye.
gonna do it.
I wouldn't play
Really
Fernandes
pissed, I'm
game.
not gonna lie.
I wouldn't play Shaw in this game. I
That's
just
what I'm
think we
saying.
can't afford it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would, and I think Oli will. But I'm saying I would, not because I would play him in this scenario. It's because my scenario would be different. I wouldn't have run Luke Shaw into the bloody ground. You know, I wouldn't, and I wouldn't have Telles
But
so
then-
unmatched sharp. You know, I wouldn't.
And Bruno wouldn't have
But
played.
I respect your perspective as well. If you guys really trust this team to win the Europa League, then fine. Let's do the opposite in the league then and just prioritize this, which personally I just think is riskier. But I kind of feel like we might have to choose one to.
Well, it's just because what you
make sure
want.
these
Because you
players can
said
get
you're
the-
fine with just top 4 this season. I'm not fine with just top 4 this season. Clayton's not fine with just top 4. That's why we have to. We want something to happen, you know.
Yeah. I'm
And
fine with top
personally, if I had to
Would
win,
you
if I had to
like-
choose any of the trophies to win, I would have chosen the Europa League.
100% Europa. No question.
For me, Europe League and FA Cup is fine. I don't see a big deal about it because I don't see how much more the Europa League gives us compared to the FA Cup, really.
Well,
because
I
we're
mean,
already at top 4.
it also completely guarantees us Champions League football. We don't need to worry about the Prem anymore, technically. We can literally finish 10th
I get that.
and get Champions League football guaranteed.
Yeah, fair.
And that's a
fair.
possibility right
fair.
now. Because Liverpool are going to come back at some point. West Ham have 2 games in hand on us. Chelsea are just unbeaten and have a game in hand on us. Everton are looking like a force to be reckoned with. Leicester have slipped right
No,
now.
that's
But look at this top 4 race right now. It is mental. And if we slip up even just a little bit, if Rashford is the straw that breaks the camel's back, we're done for the season.
Everton,
That's fair.
just to say, Everton are
That's very
currently
fair.
in
That's
5th
very fair.
place.
So then we need to be able to go, we have a fallback here. We can still get our Champions League football. So right now it's also looking dire in the league. It's looking very dire.
Well,
I think
we-
we're in a decent position in the league. And
I
I would
also
look to
feel like
shut it down now. I'd look to just shut it down as quick as I can.
The issue is you can
And
shut down as
that's just
much
my
as you want, but
perspective.
the people chasing you are gonna be chasing you, and they want. that
yeah, well,
button.
Everton doesn't have to worry about it. Spurs,
But if we keep winning our games, then there's not much that I can do.
Okay. We're gonna park the bus for a lot of them and be happy with our 0-0s.
Yeah, but I just think if we have our strongest team in the league, we make our chances much better.
Look at the past 2 games.
It's all about which route you think is safer. That's what it comes down to, really.
I tell you what's gonna happen. Oli is gonna choke every single trophy he can win. I'm telling you this now. He's gonna choke every single trophy he can win. He's gonna run plays into the ground, but he will still get top 4 and he'll get his contract. And I will be at the end of the season saying sack him. That's exactly what's gonna happen this season. I don't back him to win a trophy. As much as I would love him to win a trophy, I still I cannot say with a full heart that I back this guy to take this team to win a trophy. I don't back it.
It's not hard right now because you can literally just park it at Old Trafford and then just get a goal at Milan. That's it. That's literally all you have to do right
That's
now.
literally all you have to do. But you trust this team to keep a clean sheet? I know they've kept 4 clean sheets in a row.
There's an argument
but, you
that it's much easier to win the Europa League than the FA Cup, but I just feel like with much less games in the FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken.
Thing is
So,
though,
Yeah,
I know we beat City a lot, but City are still in the FA Cup. And if we have to face City at some point in the FA Cup, oh,
They are gonna batter us because that's
Oh.
their cup. That's their property. They are not letting that slip.
That's-
for sure.
not really, not the
you know, I seen a
They're
stat
Cup.
yesterday. I seen a stat yesterday with Pep versus Oli. Oli beats Pep when it comes to the league games, but every time Oli has played Pep in a club competition, such as the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, Pep smacks us.
I don't think we played him in the FA Cup, but I feel like in that game where he did smack us in the Carabao Cup, and I'll always go back to it. Playing Paul Pogba on the wing was a bad idea, in my opinion. And I think would have been so much better in transition if you just played a quicker play. But you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, we're just gonna have to see what Oli does. We're gonna have to see what Oli does. I would love to win the Europa League. I would play close to my strongest team, definitely in the Europa League. But things would have been different. I wouldn't have played my full team against Sheffield to lose. I wouldn't play my full team against West Brom to draw. You know,
Probably have Rashi available for selection.
I would have a Rashford. Okay, yeah, I would have a Rashford. You know. So, anyways, but then Bruno's gonna play. I thought about Bruno's gonna have to play, and Bruno probably has to play this game. He has to play every single game that United play because that's how much we need Bruno Fernandes.
Again,
If that's the perspective, might as well take the piss in the FA Cup then. I know it's less games to rest, but might as well do that then.
I would, to be honest,
those
I would
games-
100% take the piss in the FA Cup.
In those few games, just rest as much as we can. We're gonna face Leicester, we're probably gonna get knocked out, but you know, it's gaps for us to rest players going forward. So maybe that's the best option.
It's just what we just. It's what you want. You make up your own fucking mind. I'm not gonna
He
tell you what to make.
won't. He won't. He's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
kill
because
these players.
he's a fraud. Yeah, Oli is a fraud. I know that, but I'm just saying as a fan, you just make up what you want to. So you, if you don't see what the team you want, be mad, but don't say anything, because if you do, you expect a lot from this manager, and if you back him, that's fine. But if you are Ollie out and you still get angry, I mean, I understand why you'd be angry, but you knew it was coming, my boy. It's like me. I'm not gonna get mad at Ollie when I see him pick his strongest team and then still lose. I'm gonna be like, it's Ollie. It's Ollie. What do I expect? I don't expect much, anyways. So it is what it is. This front three, though. Let's talk about this front three, boys. God help us. That's what I'm gonna say. God help us with this front three. Martial has had one good game this year. I love Martial. He's one of my favorite players. But when you're relying on Martial, the man who's still in a goal drought, he's played very well, but he still hasn't got a goal. You look at Dan James, who's probably got the most goals in that front three, but Dan James could probably get marked out of the game and be non-existent. Then you look at Mason Greenwood, who's also in a goal drought. You would think we are in big trouble if we had to play this front three. So that's my worry. That is my big worry. Would I still pick this front three? Yes. As crazy as that sounds, yes. Maybe not Dan James. I'd probably pick Diallo, but that's about it.
I think there's an argument if Shaw's playing to play Mason on the left. I know he's played that before. Because I would enjoy... I think the link up between him and Shaw would be way more productive than it between Shaw and James. And also, I guess, if we're going to throw it out there, Ahmad should be given a chance in this game in that position.
And here's the nice thing about Ahmad in this
thing.
thing.
Way more creative.
I'm not saying Oli is going to do it, but it would make sense to play Ahmad in this game because Ahmad came from the Serie A. He has played these teams before, so he knows what it's all about. It's not like he's never faced these type of teams. So, on paper, Ahmad should have no problems playing against AC Milan. I'm not saying don't expect a mad performance from Ahmad, but you should be able to trust him. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should be able to trust him.
What Ollie should do right now is genuinely park the bus, bring the youth up front, and just say, go at them on the counter. Simple
I
as
think
that.
so as well. I think if you can somehow keep a clean sheet, I'm not one for it, but if you can somehow keep a clean sheet and nick a goal, job done. Job done at home. Job done at home.
Much as I'll hate
Please
it.
don't let it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't slip up at the back. Please don't slip up at the back. And that's a problem because I'm gonna say we're a team that I know we've got 4 clean sheets on the row, but do you trust this team to not slip up at some point? No.
Especially in pivotal moments.
Moving away from that is the next step for this team. We can park the bus against City. It's fine. We can park the bus against Liverpool, but we need to go into more games saying back ourselves and we go at them. I know we can't do it now. It's the business end of the season. But that is the next evolution under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but again, AC Milan is that big game that we should go, this is where we should be trying to park it, this is where we should be trying to hit them on the counter, hit them on the break, because they are a big team. They are a really good team right now.
At the moment, yeah, I agree with you, but I think going forward, we should aspire to be better than that.
We definitely should, but again, I'm not totally opposed to the pragmatic approach that's just like, we're versing a big team, we should play a bit more defensively. That's okay. I'm okay with that. That's why I'm okay with Oli if he adapts his play to bigger teams like this. I get what you're saying going forward. It's like the West Ham game, I want us to full send it. If I see us park the bus for 2 seconds against West Ham, I will lose my mind. Because that's not the type of game where Man City United
same.
It should be
the thing is,
it should be against Man City's, it should be against Liverpool's, it should be against top 6. That's where we should be parking, nowhere else.
I think
Yeah.
Are you back?
Arsenal, I would go at them because I think.
Arsenal really under top 6 side, isn't
not yet. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, I'm back now. They're violating there. But against teams like Leicester and Arsenal, even those type of teams, I would go with them. And
I would go with those teams.
Teams like Man City.
But that's because I don't respect them.
Because I just think that we can beat them like that because the better players going forward.
Yeah, we can beat almost every single team if we played like
that. I stand by it, guys. This United, if you catch them on their day, we could play Bayern Munich tomorrow and we could smack them. But
playing pragmatic,
we can also lose to any bloody team in the world.
The thing is, I don't see us smacking Bayern if we want to try play like Bayern. I think Bayern would.
No, please, United. Don't take my advice. Don't play football against Bayern. You sit. You put 8 defenders. No, actually, 10 defenders and Bruno, and we go.
It only works against City because we're pragmatic. If we went at City, press them high, and just try to do what we do against smaller teams, I don't see how we would have beaten
them. We did do that for the first 20 minutes against City, and we dominated them.
I don't think so.
We
talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
I think we did. It's that thing where you do it, well, like when they have loose touches or after they get the ball, but then you quickly get back in your shape. I think that's what we did. I think we wouldn't go full throttle press. I didn't see that.
We full throttle press for the first 30 minutes easily. It was amazing.
I didn't
We
see it. I don't lie to
full
you.
pressed them. We had them on toast for a lot of the game. We forced errors out of them by our position play, not because they made errors that we went out of position. But then we just receded into ourselves and gave them all the space in the world. And
I think we always went back into our shape. What we lost going to second half is that when we had to press, we didn't anymore. Because even in the defensive
reverted back
setup,
to
you
our
need to press a little bit.
yes, we
You need
went
to press
back
a little
to
bit.
bare minimum. At the beginning
Yeah.
of the game, we were pressing at a high intensity. We were making sure we were forcing errors from them, and it worked. We literally got a penalty within 1 minute. Like, what more?
Yeah, no,
do you want
definitely.
from that style of play? We
Definitely.
got it, and then I just went, "Yeah, I'm good now. I'm just gonna sit."
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's more like
as soon
the
as that
last goal.
goal went in, I
It's
knew
more like-
it was set up. It was set up for United.
What I see it is like it's more like they lost the ball, get it back quickly. 10 seconds press, we didn't get it back,
Yeah, we
go
didn't
back in
do
your
that
shape.
again.
I think that's what we did. I don't think we
No.
did a Leeds or a Liverpool kind of
This was
press
the
where we
first
just
20,
got
30
mad.
minutes. We 100%.
I disagree, honestly.
So yeah, I side with Maloto. as
And then
well.
I think in the second half we went back to what Mourinho does. It's just put everybody behind the ball, don't even press to even any extent.
You best believe, as soon as that first goal went in, Ollie was smiling because it set up the whole game for us.
Yeah.
He can sit.
Yeah.
He can sit.
All
City
I'm
has
saying
to come.
is we have it in our
And we can
closet
go.
to pull off that style.
No, we do.
We can
We
play
do.
high intensity
We do.
against the big teams, and we can get results.
Mm.
That's all my point is, because we did do it against City, and it was efficient. That's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Right?
We need to be more fluent about it. We need to do that press, don't press throughout the whole night.
I tell you
to
what,
trust
Chris,
that we can
we can do it.
finish the
These
game
players
strongly.
are definitely capable of doing it.
They
Ollie and those coaches are not. Simple as that. You had Pochettino, you would see this from United. I don't have to say much. Go look at
I think
his PSG team.
that early press we did is the difference between us and Spurs, I think, honestly. Because Spurs put all their players behind the ball and City really score, you know? And when we do what we did, you kind of give them trouble, but still being defensively solid. So that should be how we play more against these.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna ask you guys for your score predictions because I actually don't know. I don't know what team Ollie is gonna pick. Well, I think it's very close to the one I had. I don't know what United can turn up. I don't know what AC Milan can turn up. You know, so this is probably one of the most uneducated score predictions you will get. I can do my best from United's standpoint. It's just also about AC Milan. I don't know how good AC Milan are without Zlatan. And now they are, you know. So who wants to go first?
I have a benchmark that I think
I go.
probably serious.
Okay.
You can go if you want.
Okay. I think we'll win. I think we will show that the Premier League's better than the CR. That's what's going to happen here. I don't think it'll be the most entertaining games to watch, but I think we'll get through 2-1 United.
Oof.
I think
I hate
we-
that
we-
scoreline.
as a 2-0, it's just because we know we're going to concede and we're going to have to do something miraculous going forward. Just very cut and dried there for United at this point. So I'm not exactly surprised by that. But the benchmark that I think Ollie needs to set for himself and the players right now is we need to walk out with a 1-0. We need to get a scrapey goal and we need to keep a clean sheet.
That's
We
the
cannot-
benchmark, yeah. That's ideal, probably. That's ideal. 1-0 is probably
We
ideal.
have to keep a clean sheet. If he does anything less than that, it wasn't good enough tonight. It wasn't good enough. As simple as that.
Mm.
So, I think we'll meet the bare minimum and just go for 1-0. We'll keep them quiet and we'll somehow get a goal at the end of it.
Both these results, that second leg is looking stressful. You know, that second leg is looking stressful. It's not like 3-0, you know, we'll be fine, second leg ish. Ideally, that's what we like to happen because
Mine's worse because
yours is worse because they have an away goal. Oh, man. I don't like this part of the show, dude. I don't.
Don't worry, Sean, it's going to be 1-1. We're just going to go to pens. And we're just going to see Zlatan super subbed on. And we're just going to go. Second leg. watch Zlatan put it away.
Honestly, boys, I don't know. Unless we do a real Sociedad in the first leg, where we somehow get in so much goal somehow, some way, and we can chill second leg.
Yeah.
I feel like this whole fixture in the Europa League and whether or not we go through determined in the second leg, because United's away record is great, and our back us kind of away, but at home, there's something that lurks at our home that I don't like, and so you know what? I'm not saying I want this to happen. I'm not saying I want this to happen.
Oh,
But I feel like this game is going to be won or lost in that second leg. And I actually think it's going to be a shite game and I'm going to be 0-0. I don't see us scoring. I don't see us scoring, but I think the reason I also don't see us scoring is because I think we are so desperate to keep a clean sheet in this game because we are so scared that I think we're going to park it tremendously and we're going to have to just pray we're going to keep a clean sheet as well.
Take a Milan disaster class for us to body them like we did Sociedad again. Because again, Sociedad had a complete disaster class meltdown first leg, and if Milan do that, we're definitely going to pounce on it, and we're going to take the one. But if they play and just keep their shape, it's going to be a tough game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was a normal.
I just wonder, does anyone know who the AC Milan manager is? What's his name?
I can bring it up here.
I don't think I know him, but I just want to know what's his name.
I mean, you don't know a lot of managers, but it's okay. Stefano Pioli.
Okay, listen, Stefano. I tell you what. I was my only piece of advice I'm gonna give you. If you come to try attack United, you try full send us because you think we're weak. Watch out. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch out. If you let this team counter you, we can punish you. But then also on the bonus side is, if you do attack us, I'm not gonna deny the fact that you could still get a result like 2-0. You could beat us 3-0, who knows. But anyways, that's what I'm leaving to, boys. I think this is a very weird game. It's a very big ass game. I think this is the only fixture where it's so big and we really don't know what could happen. We don't know what could happen. We don't know what team. A lot depends on the team Oli picks, I think. And a lot depends on how Milan is, because none of us can really sit here and say that we know all about AC Milan. We'd be lying. I know Juventus, but that's because I actually watch Juventus. But other than that, I don't know anything about AC Milan.
It's a shite.
Bundesliga team will help next time.
No, yeah, Bundesliga team I think we generally know as well, but AC Milan, I don't know. I know lots of people are looking forward to it. A lot of the older fans, it's a fixture of the battle of the two fallen giants, trying to get back to their one. So it's a big game. It's a very difficult game. Don't sleep on Milan because they could punish us. Let's hope we get a result. Let's hope we keep a clean sheet. That's building block. Then we can keep a clean sheet. Job one done. Even if it ended 0-0, like I said, job done. If you keep a clean sheet, job done. You buy us extra time. Hopefully we get our players back. Because if second leg, if Pogba, Rashford, Donny all back, we go for it, boys. We go for it. Full send it. We go smack them and let's get it done. But anyways, boys, it's been a good show. Is there anything else you guys want to say before I end off?
Not really, no. Just win.
Yeah.
Stop giving us headaches.
I want Ollie to just go out for the win, but no, it's not going to happen, so just reach the bare minimum, please.
Reach the bare minimum. Yeah, but anyways.
Most exposed Serie A.
Okay,
4-0
boy,
I
do not deny it. It could happen. We could smack AC Milan for like 4-0 and we could be like, guys, maybe people are just shite, to be honest. Maybe the truth in the Premier League. I know we're playing badly, but if we...
Boys?
Huh?
How could you check
We've been saying that the Premier League shite this season, but then we're still saying that we can
other leagues are even shite.
So what are we saying? It's football is shite.
Yeah, maybe that's what you're saying. Football is shite. Take out City, Bayern Munich. And PSG. Football is shite. That's basically what you say. But anyways, if you did enjoy that video, please do smash the subscribe button. Do smash the like as well. Do comment down below your score predictions. And from us, it's very, very early. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the cleanest preview ever. But we got the job done. The show must go on. So we will check in the next one, the match reaction on Thursday night. And hopefully it's a good one, boys. And we'll check you then.